Another day, another fusion. This time, we're combining the Jordan 11 and the Jordan 12 for the first time ever. Last month, you guys went crazy over the Jordan 4 and 5 Fire Red Fusion. I saw you guys also asking for the 11 and 12. Well, today, I'm here to deliver. For those of you that are new here, I'm on a mission to create a fusion line that's never been created before, 1 through 14. So far, I've done the 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. 8 and 9, and today we're gonna be doing the 11 and 12. I'm all over the place with this fusion line, but so far it's coming out insane. My vision today is to combine these two sneakers to create the 11 and 12 fusion with the Taxi colorway. One of the pairs that I'll be using for this project today is the Gratitude Jordan 11 in a baseball cleat form. I'll explain why I'm using this shoe in just a second. The second pair that I'll be using is the 1997 Taxi 12s, the OGs. Since this pair over here has a baseball cleat, we need something else with an actual Jordan 11 sole. That's where these come in. Between all three of these, we're gonna take them apart to make the first ever Taxi 11-12 fusion. Basically, I'm gonna follow the exact same formula I've done with the other fusions. Put the 12 upper on the 11 sole, 11 upper on the 12 sole, and swap some other parts around. Again, with these fusion projects, I just never know how they're gonna go. These projects are pure finesse. Sometimes they don't work out perfectly, but in this case, we gotta make it work. Now, the reason why on the Jordan 11s I went with the cleat version instead of the regular version is simply because of the front and the back. If you look at the front of the 11s, on the cleat version, the sole line just ends right on the bottom. On a regular version, that toe cap piece goes way up too high. If I was just using a regular Gratitude 11, it would be really hard to cover up that piece with the Jordan 12 sole. Also, same exact thing with the back. On the Jordan 11, the midsole goes way up too high. On the cleat, it kind of ends off right there. Between those two things, it's really gonna help me out on this project. But the problem is, if you look at the side, the patent leather cut is way too short. Usually on a regular Jordan 11, this piece is a lot wider, so I have very minimal to work with. That is a big concern. Now over here, I went with the original 1997 Taxi 12 dead stock condition. There's a couple reasons why I went with this version instead of the retros. In my opinion, and a lot of people agree with this, the OG is by far the best quality 12 to ever come out. The leather on this shoe is beautiful. It's also a really good quality shoe that's built like a tank. Now since the shoe is so old, the midsole, the sole, and even the back tabs are falling apart. The glue is all dried out. Honestly, this is gonna help me out so much with this project. I spent so much time removing the soles without damaging the uppers. In this case, it's just ready to come right off. I have a lot of concerns with this project. I did my best to prepare for it. Now the only way to make it happen is just by making it happen. I'm gonna start by deconstructing all of these shoes. I'm gonna start with the easiest, and that's the 97 12s. I'm gonna remove both soles very carefully so we don't damage the uppers or the midsoles. On this side right here, I just need the upper. On the opposite, we need the soles for the 11 upper. Separating the Jordan 12 is all done. That only took me about 10 minutes. If I would've used a newer retro, I would've still been at it trying to pop off the uppers and the midsoles. Now on to the second shoe, the Jordan 11 Low IEs. Really, I just need the sole from the right sneaker. This sole is gonna get attached onto the Jordan 12 upper. Before I start separating this upper, I'm gonna take out the lace, the insole, possibly the tongue as well. I could use that for a separate project. Everything else is gonna get trashed. Now to separate the 11, I'm gonna be using some acetone. The thing with this midsole is very delicate. If I apply heat, it can warp, change to a different shape, or even shrink. We don't want that. So right here, I'm gonna show you guys a new trick that I learned from my homie Alex, AKA Flipping Kicks. I'm gonna pour the acetone into the sneaker, put the shoe inside the Ziploc bag, let it sit inside for about 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, when I take the shoe out, the upper will peel right off.
A few moments later.
30 minutes are up, let's open up the bag. Hopefully the upper slides right off. Easy peasy, just like that. Onto the Gratitudes. 2 down, 1 to go. I saved the hardest for last, and that's the Gratitude 11. For this one, we gotta save the uppers. We don't wanna damage them at all. I'm gonna be using the screwdriver method, heat gun, and some blue tape. I'm gonna tape off the patent leather, heat up the screwdriver, and carefully pry it off.
Took 11s, took 12s, hit the lab like watch this. Scalpel to the leather, whole room smelling toxic. Pull the soul out the soul, that's that artisan nonsense. Craft work clean, every line microscopic. We ain't gluing just the glue, we rebuilding with a purpose. Legends in a blender, now the heat resurfaces. Call it sneaker surgery, surgeons with the scalpel. One wrong move and the whole thing unravels. We fused it, bruised it, brought that new drip ruthless. Hybrid on the table, now the whole room clueless. Chop, stitch, lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion. We fused it, bruised it, brought that new drip ruthless. Hybrid on the table, now the whole room clueless. Chop, stitch, lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion. More threads, peel layers, Yeah, we dig into the frame. Blueprints on the bench like we redesign the game. Pan nose from the classics locked together in the flame. If you ain't taking risks, then your custom stay the same. Sharp cut, steady hands, that precision never shakes. Vick in the room and the whole craft elevates. OG.
Progress is being made. Both soles are off. Now we gotta do the exact same thing with the tongues, with the blade.
In the space, reputation never fakes. Known to turn disasters into shoes that captivate. Leather cuts, rubber trims, all the textures in the play. Mix and match the DNA.
Deconstruction is fully out of the way. Now we're on to the fun stuff. I'm gonna work on this one first because in my opinion, this is gonna be the tougher one. So you can see there's a lot of exposed areas from the original midsole on the front, on the opposite side, and of course, this entire back area. When you look at the Jordan 12 upper, there's a ton of material right here that we can remove. I'm gonna grab some scissors or a blade, chop it all off. Hopefully it can sit a little lower and more flush with the Jordan 11 midsole. Removed a bunch of material, but I think it worked out nicely. Once we glue it in, it's gonna fit nicely. Now while I'm at it, the original tab completely turned into dust. The stitching is remaining on all the original 97 12s, and even some of the older ones. It's inevitable that's gonna happen to this plastic material. It just falls apart into pieces. Luckily, we'll replace them. But for now, we gotta remove all the old thread and remaining plastic pieces that are stuck in the thread before we can keep moving forward. All right, now for this step, you wanna make sure you always use some gloves. This stuff is dangerous. At the moment, we have a lot of progress to do on the soles. We're gonna take a break from the uppers. For the Jordan 11s, this is a fairly new retro, so all this glue is pretty fresh. It's gonna be a little tougher to remove. On the OGs, this glue is dust. All we need to do is give it a good wipe down. Everything will come off nicely. The one thing is, this air unit is completely busted. There's no air, it's crumbling. I'm gonna remove it, replace it later with some EVA foam. On this side, it's brand new. You don't have to worry about it.
It's in the shoes that captivate. Leather cuts, rubber trims, all the textures in the play. Mix and match the DNA, make the icons ricochet. Every stitch is intention, every curve has a say. Turn a legend into something that'll break the whole day. Slice clean, fold tight, that precision stays sharp. From the first rough sketch to the final drip of art. This is sweat, this is skill, this is tearing shit apart just to build it back.
Back to the uppers. On both the 12 and the 11, we gotta remove all the old glue. Before we can grab a Dremel, we gotta shave off the glue using a blade. With this tool, you gotta be very careful. Don't be dumb and cut off your finger. Prepper's fully out the way. Now this is where things get interesting. I'm gonna grab the 12 upper and put it on the 11 sole, 11 upper and put it on the 12 sole. Pretty funky. Now we have a lot of ways to go before we can attach these parts. First, I'm gonna go ahead and find my center point on the back and the front on both sneakers, uppers and soles. Then from there, I'm gonna grab a pen so I can outline the upper to get it ready for the new sole.
Legend in the game, every project is solid. All that new drip ruthless. Hybrid on the table, now the whole room clueless. Top stitch lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion. We fused it, bruised it. Brought that new drip ruthless.
Prep is fully complete. These uppers are ready for the new soles. But first, you can't forget about these. These are some replacement back tabs. Shout out to the homie Jay Psychologist for sending over these perfect replacements. The original ones on the 97 uppers were complete dust. Luckily, we got the perfect replacements. I'm gonna put these back onto the 12 uppers, but I am gonna switch it up a little bit. Originally, they were sitting down here. In order for it to fit with the new sole, I'm gonna lift it a bit higher. I'm thinking it's gonna go right around here. That way the Jumpman text is still visible once the 11 sole is attached onto the 12 upper. Same thing on the opposite side. This thing was sitting pretty low. We had to raise it just around here for it to fit nicer. I am also gonna be putting it on the 11 upper, but it's gonna be a lot more subtle, mainly because when I put the 12 sole with this 11 upper, I still had this tiny little gap that I just couldn't fill. That's where these come into play. It was on both sides. I am gonna switch it up just a bit though. The Jumpman one usually goes on the outside. In this case, I'm gonna put it on the inside. That way when I put the sole, the Jumpman text is still fully visible. If I was to put it on the opposite side, it just wouldn't fit. Most of the letters would get cut off. So I'm gonna use the opposite one, the blank one, for this little piece. That way, we still have both tabs. Everything's fully prepped. I'm just gonna go ahead and heat it up, make sure everything's lined up properly, stick it together, then with the sewing gauze and black thread, lock it into place.
Play steady, mindset deadly. Vick in the lab, turn pressure into melee. From soles to the stitches, every move calculated. Give them scraps and a vision, watch it come elevator. Seen beaters resurrect, seen classes reborn. Seen pairs you swear when finished, transform. Decayed in the trenches, that resume loud when Vick.
Tabs are in place, now we gotta swap some tongues. This 11 tongue is gonna go on the 12 upper, just like so. And the 12 tongue on the 11 upper. The glue's been applied, I'll make sure everything lines up perfectly. Heat it up, bond it, go to the post bed, add some white stitching to lock it in place.
We fused it, bruised it, brought that new drip ruthless. Hybrid on the table, now the whole room clueless. Chop stitch stitch lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion. We fused it, bruised it, brought that new drip ruthless.
Tongues are in place, we're almost done with this custom. Before I can bond the uppers onto the soles, there's one thing I gotta replace. The broken down air unit is no good. This is basically trash. The only reason I held onto it is so I can make a replacement. Right here, I got some EVA foam. This is gonna be the replacement. It's a perfect thickness. For this process, we just gotta lay it down on the EVA foam, trace it out, then cut it, lay down some glue, and lay it down into the midsole.
Took 11s, took 12s, hit the lab like watch this. Scalpel to the leather, whole room smelling toxic. Pull the soul out the soul, that's that artisan nonsense. Craft work clean, every line microscopic. We ain't gluing just the glue, we rebuilding with a purpose. Two legends in a blender, now the heat resurfaces.
Glue's been applied, I let it cure overnight. Now it's time to start bonding everything together. As always, we only get one shot at this, so everything's gotta come out perfect. I'm gonna start off with the 12 sole. They were in pieces. I gotta bond them together before I can stick it on to the new upper. I'm gonna start with the sides, do the front and back, make sure everything lines up perfectly.
Chop, stitch, lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion. We fused it, bruised it, brought that new drip ruthless. Hybrid on the table, now the whole room clueless. Chop, stitch, lace, that's creation in motion. Custom guys cooking, hit the comment, show devotion.
All right, I will say this. Not bad. We got the uppers attached to both soles. All this has to do is to lace both of these sneakers up to get the final look. The more and more I look at them, the more excited I am about them. Somehow, some way, they actually do kind of work. Now, as far as this one goes, on the 11 upper, I'm gonna give it the shine of a lifetime. The patent leather could look a little bit shinier. For this, I'm gonna be using some Shoemaker mink oil with the microfiber towel. I'm gonna spray it on here, give it a nice shine. Before we get into it, drop a comment down below which one you like more. The 11 upper with the 12 sole and 12 tongue, or the 12 upper with the 11 tongue and the 11 sole. If you ask me, this one right here is the clear favorite. Just by looking at the shoe a little closer, it does have Jordan 11 Future vibes. I haven't seen that shoe in a long time, but the upper kind of has the same shape. Over here on this side, it's also a very interesting shoe. In my opinion, this shoe is gonna be split down the middle. Some people will like it, some people might hate it. The shiny black patent leather contrasts nicely with this matte black midsole. The rest of the upper also kind of balances each other out. You have some white over here, white on the upper, black and black. My favorite part about it though, I'm gonna have to go with the tongue. I know a lot of you guys may say this shoe has 6-ring vibes, and you guys are not wrong. I think the tongue is the exact same tongue they use on the 6 rings. I always say it, but when it comes to these fusions, it's all about finesse and working with what you have. It's also all in the details. For example, on the 12 upper, I would have to point out that both of the tabs on both sides have been adjusted. Originally, the tab on this side sat a lot lower, but in order for it to fit a lot flusher with the upper and the sole, I had to move it up in order for the Jumpman text to be visible. Same exact thing on the opposite side. This tab originally sat right around here, but in order for it to look right with the 11 sole, we have to do some modifications. On the back, I basically had to remove about an inch from the upper in order for the upper to sit flush with this midsole. Same thing with the front. The toe cap from the Jordan 11 had to fit nicely with the 12 upper. On the opposite side, surprisingly, it was a little bit easier. The 11 upper just kind of fell right in onto the 12 upper. There was a couple of points on the uppers that I fully couldn't cover up with the sole. That's where the back tabs came into place. This is experience coming from the Jordan 8 and 9 Fusion that I worked on. On that project, I removed the tabs and readjusted them in order to cover up some of the spots. Same thing on this shoe, I just did it more on the minimal side. I also flipped the tabs in order for it to fit a little bit better. I did the plain one on this side, and on the opposite, we did the Jumpman. That way, the Jumpman wouldn't be covered up at any point. Now for this entire Fusion line, I'm only using original colorways. I've tapped in with the aquas, fire reds, hairs. Over here, this one makes 100% sense. I couldn't be happier with the results. I'm super excited to cross this one off the list and move on to the next one. I have everything ready to go for the Jordan 1 and 2 Fusion. Drop a comment down below which colorway you think is gonna be next. This one was a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next one. You can find our Rejuvenator Minko and the rest of our products at rejuvenator.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.
And if you doubt that, you ain't watching enough at all. Yeah.